welcome back, welcome back, and welcome back. We're getting ready to make my chocolate chip cookie bars. Yes, we are. I wanted you to see the chocolate chips that I used. All right, and I've got about a half a cup, probably a pinch more. We've got 3 eggs. We've got butter, just a simple pinch of salt. Over here, we've got our brown sugar, and I would say about a half a cup. On the old-fashioned rolled oats, good old-fashioned oatmeal, that's flour. We've got baking powder here, and in the baking powder, you know, for the most part, I try to measure it best I can, so that's about a tablespoon. And then the sugar, it's about a fourth of a cup. I'd say about a fourth of a cup. And then I'm going to use some pure vanilla and some vanilla bean. Here's your shot. Everything we're going to use to make this amazing dish. In this case, let's get baking. All right, the first thing we're going to do is take most of our dry ingredients. That's our salt, our baking powder, and I'll go ahead and list exactly how much I use of everything in the description box to make it a little bit easy. That's the oven, 375, got it preheated. So that's our flour, our oats, baking powder, and our salt. And we're just going to give this a nice little juice. Get them incorporated, let them become friends, and let the party get started, right? And I will list all of the ingredients, the best way to make this, in the description, okay? Make it a little bit easier for you. All right? So we got our dry ingredients all mixed up for the most part. Okay, and now we're going to move over with something else. Hold on. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use this whole stick of butter. And it needs to be room temperature, so it needs to be softened. Not melted, just softened. Okay, we're going to use our brown sugar. I just put some foil over it while I was preparing everything. Because, you know, she gets hard quick. It doesn't take much for her. That's our brown sugar. And then here's our granulated sugar. And we're going to mix these together. And we're going to do that for about 5 minutes, okay? So I'm going to mix that with my hand mixer. And I'll be right back. Just like that. Just to get them good and fluffy. So I'm going to do this for about 5 minutes. And I'll be back. Alright, as you can see what we're dealing with. Now we're going to put in the eggs and the vanilla. And the vanilla bean. I'm going to put in, you only need about a teaspoon, but I'm going to use a table. And then I'm going to do the same with the vanilla bean. About a tablespoon. There we go. And then we're going to also put in those eggs. Okay. And then we're going to mix it again. And we're going to mix this for about a minute. Just to incorporate it. Okay, just to incorporate it. And I'll be right back. 1 minute. Just mix this all together. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start incorporating our dry mixture. I'm going to put in half of it and mix it. And then I'm going to put in the other half. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and mix that in. It's going to take about a minute. Alright, as you can see, this is what she's looking like. Okay? And I'm going to go in with the remainder of that dry mixture. Okay? And I'm going to mix that in as well. And I'll be right back. 1 minute. Alright, so this is the consistency that you're looking for. It's kind of thick, kind of sticky. That's what you're looking for. Alright? And so to this, we're going to add about half of that cup of those chocolate chips and mix those on in there. And this time we're just going to use our little spatula here, turner, whatever you want to call it, nifty little kitchen gadget. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can add nuts to this. You can add some dry fruit to it. This is what my daughter loves. This is the way I'm making it just for her. So I'm going to get that dish out and we're going to take that and get it going. I'll be right back. Alright, we're going to use some parchment paper on this. Okay? And how I'm going to do my parchment paper, if I can get it torn out of here. What I like to do is, because it's kind of difficult to get it to go in there just like that, the way you want it, so I ball it up. Give it a good ball up. Ball it up. And then you can get it to, you can maneuver it a little more. Now, I like to give this, when I make these brownies, or bars, whatever you want to call them, I like to give myself a little extra wiggle room with the paper so that when I take them out, I can just grab the handles on the side and pull it out so it can cool on the cooling rack. I'm going to be using my butter cooking spray just to help with get off of there, okay? And then we're just going to take this cookie dough. I keep calling it cookie dough. I call it everything. And we're going to take this out of here. And we're going to put it in this nifty little pan here. And this is going to be yummo. Okay. And then we're going to spread it out. Okay. And just spread it on out. You could absolutely do it without the parchment paper, but I find that the parchment paper helps make it come out a little easier, where you don't lose some of the skin like I always say in the war. It just makes it a little bit easier. Okay? I want you to be able to see this. And then you just spread it out. Get it as even as you can. Go from side to side. It doesn't take long to bake, but what you have to do, the part that's the most dreadful part about this, is waiting a whole hour. You have to let it cool for an hour so that everything can set up. Things don't fall apart. Okay? You want it to set up. I mean, you could eat it warm, but it's going to probably fall apart on you. That's why you got to let it warm. You got to let it warm. You got to let it cool off, okay? Yes, you do. And like I say, you make these once, they will be a hit in your family. Trust me when I say. Your family will absolutely love them. And then the last thing we do is we take that last little bit of chocolate chips that we had, and we just sprinkle them all about. And then the next thing, you just kind of take your finger and kind of press them in a little bit. Just to get them in that batter just a little bit, so they're not just on top. You want them off in there, okay? So just press them down just a little bit. You can use your spatula, but I just find that my fingers work better, okay? Press them off in there a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to go into the oven, 375, for anywhere from 20, depending on your oven, it can be 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, watch them. The sides will be good and golden brown, and you know they're ready. Okay, I just want to make sure I get those in there. Good. All right. Now to the oven we go, and I'll be back. All right, this is what she looks like straight out of the oven. I'm going to move her to a little cooling rack, and I'm going to let her cool off. Okay, and this is what I mean. I was able to lift it up. These were my little handles, and see how it just comes just right on off. Look at that. Okay, so we got to let her cool for a good hour. See how she doesn't stick? Parchment paper always makes a difference, but that little spray made sure we didn't lose any skin in the war. All right, we're going to let her cool down. Doesn't she look delicious? Put her with some ice cream, put her with some fruit, or just start making you pieces. This refrigerates well, and it freezes well too. All right, I'm going to give her close-up once she's cooled for an hour. Absolutely amazing. Look at that. I also want you to see how thick she is. We made her from scratch. Yes, we did. I'll be back in an hour. And there they are. You can put it with ice cream. You can cut them in any size square you want to. Absolutely delicious. Things made easy with Gigi. All day, every day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and feel free to share. Everybody be blessed and stay safe. You'll see Gigi next time. Take care, you guys.